Welcome, brave souls, to another episode of U.S. Horror Stories. I'm your host, Ben, and today we are delving into 5 scary park ranger horror stories. Before we dive into our spine-chilling U.S. horror stories, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This way, you won't miss any of our terrifying tales. In the heart of the dense, foreboding woods, where shadows danced beneath the canopy of ancient trees, there stood a ranger station, a lone outpost in the wilderness. The park rangers who manned this post were no strangers to the eerie and unexplained. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the silent landscape, the rangers gathered around a crackling fire, sharing tales that would send shivers down the spine of anyone daring to venture into the darkness. Story 1. The Whispering Pines. Deep within the heart of the sprawling national park, where ancient trees stood tall and shadows danced in the moonlight, Ranger Miller patrolled the mysterious Whispering Pines. The forest seemed alive with an otherworldly energy, and the wind carried whispers that hinted at secrets untold. As night fell, the atmosphere in the Whispering Pines changed. Miller's routine patrols brought him to a secluded area where the pines seemed to speak in hushed tones. Unnerved, he felt an inexplicable connection to the haunting whispers, a connection that would draw him deeper into the mysteries of the ancient woods. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Miller explored the heart of the Whispering Pines. The whispers intensified, revealing fragments of conversations from ages past. Unseen entities seemed to communicate through the rustling leaves, leaving the ranger both fascinated and apprehensive about the enigmatic force that dwelled within the forest. In his quest for understanding, Miller encountered an ethereal guardian, a spectral figure that materialized among the whispering trees. The guardian, cloaked in mist, beckoned the ranger deeper into the heart of the mysterious grove. A silent understanding passed between them, forging a connection that transcended the boundaries of the living and the supernatural. As Miller embraced his role as a reluctant medium between the living and the ethereal, he discovered the ancient pact that bound the spirits to the Whispering Pines. The trees themselves held memories, and Miller found himself drawn into a spiritual realm where the past and present intertwined in a delicate dance. Night after night, the Whispering Pines revealed its secrets. Miller learned of forgotten loves, ancient battles, and the tragic tales of those who had wandered into the heart of the forest. The ghosts sought redemption, their stories etched into the very fabric of the woodland, waiting for a willing listener to free them from the eternal loop of their spectral existence. Empowered by the knowledge gleaned from the Whispering Pines, Miller embarked on a quest to break the ancient pact and release the spirits from their ethereal prison. A ritual unfolded under the pale moonlight, weaving together the living and the dead in a ceremony that would either liberate the souls or forever bind them to the haunting grove. The ritual's energy intertwined with the whispers, creating a surreal tableau of spectral threads. The very fabric of the Whispering Pines seemed to unravel, revealing a glimpse of the spiritual realm beyond. Miller, guided by a sense of duty and empathy, stood at the nexus of the ethereal and mortal, grappling with the consequences of the unraveling threads. As the ritual reached its zenith, the Whispering Pines resonated with a harmonic blend of mortal and ghostly energies. The spirits, freed from their spectral chains, ascended into the night sky, their ethereal forms dissipating like mist. The once whispering trees fell silent, their burden lifted as a profound calm settled over the sacred grove. With the spirits gone, the Whispering Pines underwent a transformation. The guardian, no longer bound by the weight of ancient pacts, dissolved into the forest, leaving behind a renewed and revitalized woodland. Ranger Miller, forever changed by his journey, emerged from the Whispering Pines, the echoes of its mysteries etched into his soul. The forest, once haunted, now stood as a testament to the transformative power of understanding and compassion. Story 2. The Ghostly Lantern. In the heart of the national park, where moonlight filtered through the dense canopy, Ranger Taylor received a desperate call for help from a lost hiker. The forest, already cloaked in an otherworldly fog, seemed to hush its secrets as Taylor embarked on a journey that would intertwine his fate with the eerie glow of a ghostly lantern. Guided by the distant cries, Taylor ventured deeper into the mist-laden woods. A flickering light appeared in the distance, a beacon of hope that promised to lead him to the stranded hiker. The lantern's glow danced like a spectral firefly, teasing him with its elusive nature. Despite the eerie ambience, Taylor pressed on, determined to bring the lost soul to safety. The lantern's glow led Taylor on a mesmerizing chase through the labyrinthine trails. Each time he drew near, the light would dance away, leaving him in an ever-deepening fog. The haunting laughter echoed through the trees, a disconcerting soundtrack to the spectral pursuit. Taylor felt an otherworldly force at play, an ethereal game that challenged the very fabric of reality. With every step, the lantern seemed to slip further away, leading Taylor to an ancient, hidden part of the forest. The laughter intensified, mingling with the rustling leaves and whispering wind. As the ranger approached what he believed to be the source of the light, it vanished, leaving him in a disorienting darkness. The hiker, like the light, had disappeared, leaving behind an unsettling silence. Taylor, now alone in the haunted woods, heard laughter that seemed to emanate from the very trees themselves. The forest whispered tales of lost souls and playful spirits, leaving him to question the thin line between reality and the supernatural. The ghostly laughter echoed in the emptiness, a haunting reminder that the woods held secrets far beyond the comprehension of mortal minds. Driven by a desire to unravel the mystery, Taylor delved into the park's archives, discovering stories of a bygone era when a ghostly lantern would lead lost souls to safety. The connection between the laughter, the lantern, and the lost hiker revealed a pattern that transcended time, as if the forest itself sought to communicate through ethereal means. Armed with newfound knowledge, Taylor retraced his steps, this time following the trail of reflections the lantern cast on the fog. The laughter became a guiding melody, leading him to a forgotten part of the woods. As he ventured further, the ethereal force seemed to acknowledge his understanding, allowing him to glimpse the lost hiker's reflection in the fog-veiled lantern glow. The lantern led Taylor to a clearing where the lost hiker stood, surrounded by an otherworldly radiance. The laughter, no longer ominous, turned joyous as the lost soul found solace in the spectral embrace of the lantern's glow. A moment of spectral reunion unfolded, transcending the boundaries of life and death, leaving Taylor to witness the ephemeral beauty of a connection forged in the mystical heart of the haunted woods. As dawn approached, the ghostly lantern's glow dimmed, and the laughter faded into a tranquil stillness. The lost hiker, now at peace, dissolved into the morning mist, leaving behind an echo of gratitude that lingered in the air. Taylor, forever changed by the spectral encounter, emerged from the woods, carrying with him the tale of the ghostly lantern that bridged the realms of the living and the departed. The haunted woods, once a realm of mystery and uncertainty, now stood as a testament to the illuminating legacy of the ghostly lantern. Ranger Taylor, now a guardian of both the natural and supernatural, carried the echoes of that fateful night, forever mindful of the ethereal forces that danced in the shadows of the national park. The ghostly lantern, a fleeting beacon in the vastness of the unknown, left its mark on the ranger's soul, ensuring that its spectral light would continue to guide those who dared to tread the mystical paths of the forest. Story 3. The Vanishing Campers. In the heart of the vast national park, Rangers Benson and Carter stumbled upon a campsite frozen in time. Tents were pitched, a smoldering fire still radiated warmth, but there was an unsettling absence of life. The air hung heavy with an unspoken foreboding as the Rangers surveyed the eerily deserted scene, realizing they stood on the precipice of an unexplained mystery. Intrigued and uneasy, Benson and Carter followed a faint trail leading away from the abandoned campsite. The dense foliage seemed to close in, creating an atmosphere charged with an otherworldly energy. The trail meandered through the ancient woods, revealing a hidden path that beckoned the rangers deeper into the heart of the wilderness. As the rangers ventured into the heart of the forest, whispers echoed through the towering trees. The voices carried tales of forgotten spirits and a pact that bound the lost souls to the sacred grounds. The air crackled with an unsettling energy, leaving Benson and Carter to question the reality of the woods around them and the unseen forces at play. The trail led the rangers to an ancient burial ground, where weathered gravestones stood as silent sentinels. The spirits seemed to converge, their mournful cries intertwining with the rustling leaves. Legends spoke of a curse that befell those who disturbed the spirits resting in the sacred soil. The rangers, now standing on the threshold of the supernatural, felt the weight of the unknown pressing upon them. As Benson and Carter explored the burial ground, they discovered an unseen veil between the worlds. Shadows danced along the edges of perception, and the boundary between the living and the spectral began to blur. The rangers, caught in the midst of a paranormal tapestry, realized that the ancient pact carried consequences that extended far beyond the bounds of human understanding. Night after night, the whispers intensified, revealing a tragic tale of campers who, unaware of the ancient pact, had disturbed the resting spirits. The rangers, now entwined in the spectral narrative, felt an unsettling connection to the lost souls. The woods became a stage for a paranormal drama, and the rangers struggled to decipher the cryptic messages that echoed through the ancient trees. Benson and Carter, recognizing their role as reluctant messengers between the living and the spectral, sought to uncover the details of the ancient pact. Guided by the ghostly whispers, they delved into the history of the park, uncovering forgotten stories of love, betrayal, and an unbreakable bond that tied the lost campers to the ancient burial ground. Armed with the knowledge of the pact, the rangers faced a choice: to break the curse and free the spirits, or succumb to the wrath of the unseen forces. The burial ground trembled with supernatural energy as the rangers embarked on a perilous journey to confront the spectral entities that guarded the ancient pact. The ancient burial ground became a battleground between the living and the spectral. In a harrowing confrontation, Benson and Carter confronted the vengeful spirits and sought to appease the unresolved emotions that bound them. The woods echoed with cries of anguish and moments of spectral revelation, culminating in a sacrifice that would either condemn or redeem the lost campers. As dawn broke, the burial ground fell silent. The spectral energy that once permeated the woods dissipated, and the rangers, now bearing the weight of their paranormal encounter, stood in the quiet aftermath. The ancient pact, once an unbreakable chain, had been unraveled, and the park returned to a serene stillness. Benson and Carter, forever marked by the experience, left the burial ground behind, carrying with them the haunting echoes of a journey into the depths of the supernatural. Story 4. The Phantom Ranger. In the heart of the expansive national park, Ranger Garcia embarked on a routine night patrol. The moon cast an eerie glow on the winding trails, and an unspoken tension lingered in the air. As Garcia delved deeper into the woods, a subtle feeling of being watched descended upon him, foreshadowing the spectral encounter that awaited. In the distance, Garcia spotted a figure donned in the old-style ranger uniform characteristic of a bygone era. Assuming it was a colleague, he approached with a nod of acknowledgement. However, to his astonishment, the figure dissipated like mist, leaving Garcia bewildered and questioning the boundaries between reality and the supernatural. The logs of the old ranger station hinted at a similar apparition that had haunted the park for years. Determined to unravel the mystery, Garcia delved into the archives, discovering the story of a ranger who vanished mysteriously many years ago. Faded photographs revealed the spectral figure haunting the park, forever frozen in time. The whispers among the trees hinted at a duty left unfulfilled, binding the spirit to the park. Garcia felt the weight of a connection that transcended the living and the spectral. Night after night, the Phantom Ranger appeared, leading Garcia deeper into the heart of the park. Guided by an otherworldly force, the living and the spectral ranger collaborated on an unfinished duty, a mission to protect the park from an imminent threat that lurked in the shadows. Garcia, torn between the natural and supernatural, questioned the true nature of the bond forged with the Phantom Ranger. As the mission unfolded, the park faced a danger that threatened its very existence. The Phantom Ranger, having fulfilled its purpose, dissipated into the night, leaving behind a sense of gratitude and an unspoken farewell. Garcia, forever changed by the spectral encounter, emerged from the ordeal, grappling with the realization that the park harbored forces beyond the scope of mortal comprehension. Haunted by the memories of the Phantom Ranger, Garcia continued his patrols, sensing a lingering presence in the shadows. The spectral figure, although gone, left an indelible mark on the ranger's perception of the wilderness. The park itself seemed to remember the Phantom Ranger, and Garcia found himself drawn to the places where the apparition had once stood sentinel. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Garcia uncovered forgotten secrets buried within the park's history. An ancient legend spoke of a guardian ranger who sacrificed himself to protect the natural harmony of the wilderness. The lines between reality and myth blurred as Garcia delved deeper into the enigma that surrounded the Phantom Ranger. Garcia's nights became punctuated by ephemeral meetings with the Phantom Ranger. The spectral figure, now a guardian of the park's ethereal realm, conveyed messages through cryptic symbols and echoes from the past. A mutual understanding formed between the living and the spectral, creating a bond that transcended the boundaries of the mortal realm. As the park faced a new threat, shadows gathered on the horizon. The Phantom Ranger, now an ethereal guide, led Garcia to the heart of the impending danger. Together, they confronted the spectral forces that sought to disrupt the delicate balance of the wilderness. The confrontation blurred the lines between friend and foe, as Garcia realized the complex interplay of natural and supernatural elements. In the aftermath of the spectral confrontation, the park returned to a serene stillness. The Phantom Ranger, having fulfilled its duty, dissolved into the night, leaving behind a legacy of protection and vigilance. Garcia, forever marked by the supernatural journey, continued his role as the guardian of the park, carrying the knowledge that the line between the living and the spectral could blur in the mysterious realms of the wilderness. The legend of the Phantom Ranger became a whispered tale among rangers, a testament to the enduring connection between the natural world and the ethereal forces that lingered within. Story 5. The Haunted Cabin. In a secluded corner of the national park where ancient trees stood sentinel, there stood a cabin with a history steeped in mystery. Ranger Foster, tasked with investigating strange occurrences, arrived on a moonlit night. The air was thick with an ominous stillness as the cabin silhouette emerged from the whispering woods, setting the stage for a haunting tale. As Foster stepped into the cabin, the creaking floorboards seemed to echo with the memories of a bygone era. Shadows danced on the walls, and the wind outside howled a mournful tune. A chilling sensation crept over the ranger as he realized that the cabin held secrets that transcended the boundaries of the natural world. Strange sounds echoed through the empty rooms, and the temperature inside the cabin plummeted. Foster's breath hung in the frigid air as an unseen presence made itself known. The ethereal energy intensified, and the ranger felt an otherworldly force that shook the very foundation of the cabin, as if the spirits of the past sought to communicate through the veil between worlds. Haunted by the unexplained, Foster heard whispers that seemed to emanate from the very timber of the cabin. The voices spoke of a tragedy, a dark event that had unfolded within those walls. Sleep eluded the ranger as the ethereal murmurs intensified, revealing a tale of love and betrayal forever etched into the cabin's time-worn wood. As night after night unfolded, the paranormal activity escalated. Unseen hands shook Foster's bed, and spectral figures moved in the shadows. The cabin became a battleground between the living and the otherworldly, each night unraveling a new layer of the ghostly saga. Foster, gripped by the paranormal siege, sought answers within the decaying structure, his every step echoing through the corridors of a haunted past. Among the dusty artifacts within the cabin, Foster discovered an old journal that chronicled the lives of those who once sought refuge within its walls. The pages spoke of joy, sorrow, and an unfulfilled yearning that lingered in the ethereal echoes. The cabin, it seemed, had become a vessel for the residual emotions of those long gone. Guided by the revelations in the journal, Foster embarked on a midnight ritual to commune with the spirits. The air thickened with a spectral energy as he invoked the names of the departed. Shadows flickered on the walls, and the temperature fluctuated as if the very essence of the spirits responded to Foster's invocation. The ritual opened a portal to the past, revealing ghostly apparitions that reenacted scenes from the tragic events etched into the cabin's history. Foster, now a witness to the spectral drama, grappled with the emotions that permeated the ethereal performance, seeking to understand the lingering pain that bound the spirits to the haunted cabin. As Foster delved deeper into the spirits' stories, he uncovered the key to their cathartic release. A long-buried secret, a confession left unspoken, held the power to break the shackles that bound the spirits to the cabin. With empathy and understanding, Foster facilitated the spirits' redemption, allowing them to find solace and peace in the afterlife. With the spirits finally at rest, the haunted cabin underwent a profound transformation. The air cleared, and the residual energy dissipated. Foster emerged from the once haunted structure, carrying the weight of the ethereal journey. The cabin, now a tranquil haven, stood as a testament to the transformative power of confronting the supernatural, and Foster continued his ranger duties with a newfound respect for the delicate balance between the living and the spectral in the heart of the national park.